and that's where, like,
you scared, right? I'm ready.
No, I never get too high or too low. I
got you.
I'm not going in there setting the table for something that we'll see may not happen.
We are going to be within reach of Rihanna, Beyonce, Taylor, Halle. We could see Goodell. It's in your hair. The hair looks great. The show hair looks great.
I'm worried about the logistics a little bit.
Right. We got Uber and Lyft.
So we can talk about it.
Don't tell them.
Don't tell who?
The people where we're staying, because you like to do that stuff.
We're going to have to tell them where we're going to be.
Well, the party's at Circa.
Okay.
Yeah, 5 to 9.
When?
Tomorrow.
Are you going to go?
It's a mandate.
Yeah, it's funny.
Dude,
I'm sorry, are we doing a show tomorrow, 5 to 9?
No, we're doing a meet and greet.
See, this is going to be an issue.
Lo will be there.
Exactly.
Some heavy hitters.
Well, see, this is what I'm starting to realize, and it's going to be hard for me to. People might take this the wrong way. You're going to
some
shake
things
are falling into place for me in Vegas.
Okay, you can
and
shake.
Listen. I don't want to be this guy. But I don't want to be this guy. But and listen, Lorenzo Neal,
a Hall of Famer.
No, he's not. A great player in his own right.
Yeah.
He's not a Hall of Famer, but a great player.
Oh boy,
a great player, and I'm sure he can get us into a certain level.
Oh my God.
A certain level.
Shots fired
of party. But I'm going to
Loa get us there, baby.
I'm going to see. I got some. My guy Joe's going to be there, right?
Yeah.
Joe Thomas is going to be there, so. He's fast.
It's been a little while since he played.
Fast track to the Hall of Fame. So I'll be hanging out with Joe Thomas and some guy named.
Who you got?
The heck was this guy I'm supposed to be hanging out with? He played for the Broncos. I guess he was the heck was his name? All these guys I'm hanging out with.
Stevie?
Yeah, Stevie Atwater. Some guy, Stevie Atwater.
He was good. Was
he any good?
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Is Steve Atwater any good? Probably him.
All right.
A little bit.
You bragging already.
Well,
So you're going to shake Evan and I is what you're setting up. That's all good stuff. We don't need you.
We're waiting to hear on Barry Sanders.
Yeah. I'm talking about Halle and Beyonce. You talking about guys.
Talking about practice.
Yeah,
hey, no, here's what we're talking about if you're going to be down in Vegas. Circa will be throwing a party that we will be at starting at 5 o'clock tomorrow night. Guru will be there about 4:40. If you're going to be in Vegas tomorrow night, we want to see you. For free entry and a free drink, show up in some red and gold. RSVP now at circa.com and go to the Stadium Swim tab and click on Huddle Up at Stadium Swim. It's got the largest sports book with a pool.
What's the strangest?
Dude, I'm not. Here's the.
I'm trying to talk sports now.
I'm not ready.
Okay, I got you.
I'm not. I got no plans.
That's the beauty of it.
No, I
we're gonna go enjoy ourselves.
Can I ask you one favor?
Yeah.
Can you be respectful of my hip?
There's no
of my hip.
Yeah.
If
I got you.
If I start to break down physically,
yeah, I got you.
I'll do the best I can.
Yeah.
I'm not going out. I'm not the kind of guy that goes to Vegas. I don't want to go to Vegas.
No, I got you,
suck. I don't want to do it. No.
Well, I'll tell you this.
You better be
before
careful.
we get to it, respect my gambling. Because in August, I was watching the games in my money, and here comes little Johnny tapping on me, all rosy cheeks, and it was you. I'm like, let me watch my bread, and you wanted to play. So if I'm in that, that I'm doing that work, leave me alone, Steiny.
All right. Here's one thing I was going to throw out. I don't know if I said this to Goo before, but I'm not going to do it unless 49er fans agree to have a little fun with me today. Just to have a little fun.
I love it.
I don't need any hater this, hater that. But it is true. I was listening to Baldy with the morning show, and he's talking about, it's Tuesday of Super Bowl week, so things change. And on the one hand, I was thinking, what changes? Nothing changes. They're just practicing, and then they'll play. But things do change in terms of what you think. Some you might think something today you didn't think yesterday, or something may come up that gets in your head, and you're like, well, something's come up.
I love it.
To me.
Okay.
But again, and I'm not kidding, I'm not doing this negative crap today. We're going to Vegas The 49ers are in the Super Bowl. They're playing the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, you got to bear with me. You got to let me walk you through
Take your time.
Okay. So at the beginning of the year, 49ers, Super Bowl. Can they win the Super Bowl? Can they get to the Super Bowl? My feeling was, well, I'll tell you what. I mean, Brock Purdy will have to be their quarterback and lead them to the Super Bowl. Can he? Sure he can. Would I bet on it? Probably not.
Okay.
Why not, Steiny? Well, he only quarterbacked 8-9 games last year. And, for that kind of quarterback to have a, 13-4 year, run the table and get to the Super Bowl, no, I think it's more likely the Eagles get back there. Okay, fine. The season rolls along, and Brock Purdy does great, and now he's in the Super Bowl. Can he win the Super Bowl? Of course he can win the Super Bowl. Of course the Niners can win the Super Bowl. But here's what I was thinking. I always look at the big, zoom out.
Yeah, that's who you are.
I'm zooming out.
Macro.
All right. Here's what the 49ers need. We're asking the Niners to do here. All right. I was thinking about it. It was important. Who's big players in this game? Big players. I get it. It's football. There's 22. All right. To me, here's three big positions to me. Quarterback.
Bang.
Coach. And kicker. So let's go to the Chiefs. And any way you cut it, you got Patrick Mahomes. Okay, Patrick Mahomes is one of the best quarterbacks in the history of football.
All agree.
If the Niners are to win this game, they're going to have to beat a Hall of Famer. He's a Hall of Famer right now. Patrick Mahomes. Boom. He is the man. Andy Reid. Well, Andy Reid's kind of like Belichick now. He's considered the best coach in football. One of the best, certainly. Yep. He's got the monkey off his back. He's got 2 Super Bowls. He's considered a genius. Great play caller. Boom, Andy Reid. Another Hall of Famer. Then I'm thinking about kicker. Okay. Butker. Harrison Butker. He's pretty good. He's really good. He's already played in the 6th most amount of playoff games for a kicker.
Gotcha.
And he's really good, and he's experienced. Okay. So now I'm thinking, boy, you got Mahomes, you got Reid, and you got Butker. All right, now what do the Niners need? What do they got to do to win this game? Well, they got Brock Purdy. Okay, this is
a great story.
Level.
Yep.
I'm just talking experience. 2nd year in the NFL. So you're asking a 2nd-year quarterback to go out there and help the 49ers win a game against Mahomes. Then you got a rookie kicker who's had a little shaky, a little shaky. You may need a rookie kicker to come through for you to win a Super Bowl. Then you got Shanahan. All right, if I'll give you a lot of your argument from the past few days and weeks. Yeah, still hasn't won the big one. A lot of pressure on Shanahan. Hasn't been at the top of his game in Super Bowls and deep into playoffs, decision-making apparently. So that's when I started to think, well, tell me why the Niners are going to win this game. Because they're going to need their 2nd-year quarterback to be good, their rookie kicker to be to probably be good. They can win without him, obviously, if they win for. But that's what I started to think about, Yeah, you got Purdy, you got Moody, and you got Shanahan, and they're going up against Mahomes and Butker and Andy Reid. How do you account for Purdy hasn't played in a Super Bowl? Mahomes has. Can you account for that? Maybe Purdy will rise to the occasion. Yeah. Maybe Mahomes, because it's his 4th Super Bowl, will almost treat it like a regular game and make a casual mistake or two. I don't know. When I look at it that way, the task becomes more daunting for the 49ers. When I look at it that way, they need Purdy. They need Purdy to come through, and he's pretty young against Mahomes. They got a kickers, might have to make some big kicks. Shanahan's got to get over the hump. And then if I really wanted to take it to an extreme, keep in mind, Guru, I'm using this as a jumping off point. Mm-hmm. And I'm rambling here. And then how about this one? Your big boy, maybe your most important player on offense, he never played in a Super Bowl. McCaffrey. What? McCaffrey's never played a Super Bowl. How do you account for that first Super Bowl? Like, we don't know. Could it be good? So I'll phrase it positively. Why doesn't that worry you if you're a Niner fan?
It's not about...
If you're looking at it objectively,
okay. Right.
Talk to me, 49er fans.
And I'm going to go first.
888-957-9570.
I appreciate everything you just stated, but Steiny, it's bigger. It's 10 other guys. It's 9 other guys on the field. And this is why we love sports, and the NFL is the best reality TV in the world. There's no script. Brock Purdy could literally go out here and throw 3 interceptions, and the Niner defense be just exceptional, and they win the game. So nothing will supersede the activities on the field, on the gridiron. There could be fumbles. And the 3, it's not like Mahomes and Purdy are going to throw the football through a tire. So it's bigger than them. They got to throw passes. Receivers got to catch it. And the coaches, they got to call the right play, Steiny, at the right time. So everything you said to me is resume, but to Brock Purdy, and we'll get into Lee Harvey Oswald, which was just the weirdest thing I ever heard. What are you doing? Anyway, Steiny, he may look at this as another football game.
Who?
Brock Purdy.
Okay.
And he may come in here and have his best game. That's on the table. Also, the flip side, he could have his worst. So as far as experience, I give you the Andy Reid and Mahomes and the rest of the gang in regard to winning this game, but I'm not mad at what you said, but I feel like what you said is controlled by the team and not just 1 or 2 players. Because again,
okay, so who's got?
I would say at the quarterback position, I would bet on Patrick Mahomes because he's won this game. He's been there 3 times. But that doesn't mean anything when it's 3rd and 8 and Wilkes dials up a blitz or Warner's coming from your blind side.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
And then if and when Mahomes is great and Purdy's good but not good enough, then let's talk about the greatness of Mahomes.
But we can also, I hear you, but we can also do that and say,
what about the happy to be? Haven't you ever heard of that one before? The happy to be here.
Well, I think that's
finally broken through. And I get it. Kittle's been in the Super Bowl. A lot of 49ers.
So is Kyle.
Right, but the most important player hasn't.
Well, and
I'm just wondering.
Again, that's a big component
and I like how all
of this game, this matchup.
Exactly.
And their favorite, we won't even get into that because I think that's a trap. I get the roster thing, but I guess Vegas is not afraid that Kyle will have his young Jedi quarterback ready for this game. But you are right. Like Steiny, he could go out there and it could be the movie Carrie. It could just be a nightmare. And he could fall on his face and enable his team to win, or he could ball out. What if he balls out and they lose 37-34 and the defense couldn't stop Mahomes? We'll come in here and know how to decipher and say, you know what? Brock's first Super Bowl, Steiny, he was stellar. He wasn't the reason they lost. And I know that's not going to have him sleep any better, but it's a Rubik's Cube in regard to what's going to happen in this game.
Right. But the 49ers don't have the experience at quarterback. They don't. And they're going up against one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time.
And their job is to hope he's ready, right?
Can somebody tell me how you account for a player's first Super Bowl appearance? And the answer is you can't. You can't. And so, Brock Purdy may ball out, and the 49ers may win the Super Bowl. But Patrick Mahomes has a track record. Yeah. And chances are he's going to play like he's played in the playoffs, in the Super Bowl over the last 3 or 4 years. So all I'm saying is the 49ers have some guys. They have a player at the most important position it's a wild card.
No doubt.
It's a wild card.
It's a big one.
So...
But you do know it's not just him, Steiny. It's the coaching staff. It's the game plan. It's his receivers catching the balls. It's McCaffrey if he gets loose, Kittle. So I'm saying he's got people that will have his back that'll allow him, if he's a little shaky.
Well, McCaffrey's never played in a Super Bowl either.
No doubt. But it's still taking the snaps, Steiny. It's still football at the end of the day.
Right.
I don't want to discredit what you're saying as far as experience. You are correct. But Tom Brady won his first Super Bowl. It's going to happen.
But I heard today that Tom Brady wasn't the best team on that
Best
first
player.
Patriots. Yeah, wasn't the best player.
And they probably weren't
first
asking them to.
Patriots, first Patriots team.